Okay, this is a reading for Libra. I'm going to do a 9-card spread. It's your weekly love reading for the 3rd week of October, so all of this week. Oh, it smells so good. I really need to de-stress. I really need to. Okay. 3 cards for how you're feeling, 3 cards for how your person's feeling, and 3 cards for the outcome. I'll clarify why they feel the way that they feel, get messages from them, and I'll get you advice from Spirit. If there's timing to be had, I can get that for you. Right, let's get on with it. I've had a very long day with teenagers. Apologies for not getting everything done at the weekend. We're raising money for the British Heart Foundation for 3 men in my family who all had heart attacks. 2 died and 1 survived. So that took up some of my time this weekend. So thank you to the signs Libra onwards through to Pisces for being patient, this weekend. And I'm raising money all the way through October. So at the weekends, I'm trying to walk, to raise money for the British Heart Foundation. So it's my sister that lost her husband. My nephews were, one was still in primary school and the other one had, recently started high school. So it was really, really tragic. My brother-in-law had 2 heart attacks and passed on his 3rd. The heart just remains damaged, and it's like you can get away with it sometimes if you're lucky. My uncle passed away in one major heart attack that came out of nowhere and just devastated everyone in the family because it happened at a family meal. And my poor cousin, it was her father and she was trying to resuscitate him. It's just absolutely awful. And my father had a heart attack and he recovered. So it's just something that's affected our family a lot, and I think a lot of people can resonate with that. I don't know why it affects men more than women. I just hope, through things like tarot, there's a lot of people who are very enlightened and they talk about their feelings and they talk about their emotions. Right, sorry Libra, I got called for dinner. Okay, let's get 3 cards for how you're feeling. Right, you've got release from mental entrapment. Okay, the 8 of Swords in the upright is someone who is trapped in their own thoughts, ruminating, anxious, anxiety. You've got release from that. Okay. Oops, I'm attached. Right, 10 of Wands reversed. So refusing to take on any more stress, just refusing to do that, okay? Taking care of your health. Perhaps keeping things in perspective, trusting that everything will be all right. Nine of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so 9 of Pentacles in the upright is someone who sees themselves as a very single energy, okay? Abundant in their own right, doesn't need anyone else. In the reverse, I think you're wanting union. Or you aren't self-sufficient right now, but you are believing that you will be, okay? You're trusting in the universe. Let's get 3 for your person. Okay, we've got the Death card, Major Arcana, the Death card, Scorpio energy, the end of a cycle. That was in the challenge for your person. We've got the Strength reversed, so they're feeling weak, okay? They're hoping for the end of the weakness. King of Cups reversed. They might be a little bit cold at the moment, a little bit cut off, a little bit quiet, withdrawn. Or they might just feel like they can't take on anyone else's problems right now. Let's get 3 for the outcome. The Knight of Wands. That's someone who is very passionate. It's a fast-moving energy. It's very passion-based excitement, okay? Can be seen as a bit shallow, but we've got the Devil reversed. So the Devil upright would be codependency. It would be bad habits, addictions, obsessions. When it's reversed, it's release from that. Okay, so we've got this is a bit awkward to say, but potentially a return of libido where there wasn't, okay? For a brief period, there might not have been, you know, passion. That's returning. Okay, let's have a look. We've got the Queen of Swords reversed, so someone who's either cutting off communication or using harsh words. The Queen of Pentacles, someone who's strapped for cash. The Nine of Swords reversed is someone who's releasing themselves from those burdens. The Star reversed, not quite healed from this, not quite recovered, taking much needed respite with the Four of Swords. So I think there's been an ongoing issue of a lack of funds, and it's, you know, it's put a dampener on things in terms of emotions, in terms of fun, excitement. Things just haven't been like that lately, okay? So I think you've both been missing that. Let's clarify with the Shadow Love cards. Why the Death in the challenge for Libra's person, please? Why the Death in the challenge? Drowning. You are going under and barely keeping things afloat. Ask for help. So Libra, your person's been struggling lately. Empty. The truth is that you simply don't feel fulfilled. It's worth the wait to find true happiness. Yeah, they're not in a good place right now. Demanding, unrealistic expectations, high maintenance diva. They feel that someone's making unrealistic demands on them. Cuts both ways. Good and bad aspects, mixed blessing, division. Okay, so you've not been getting on. They feel like they're in a position of weakness and it's being kind of like held against them. Give me one for the Strength reversed. Conquest. Just another notch in the headboard or the real deal. Actions speak the loudest. So perhaps they've had ultimatums made upon them where they need to, you know, live up to their word. But sometimes we can't do that. If we get sick or something bad happens in our lives or we've had a particularly stressful week, we need to be cut a bit of slack. We can't always live up to our word, and sometimes that's because of external circumstances, and sometimes it's because we just don't want to. So in this person's case, It's just because they couldn't. It's not because they didn't want to. King of Cups reverse. They're kind of cold now. They're quite annoyed that they've been judged as being someone that isn't serious. Dream world. Living in a fantasy land, illusions, not real love. Yes, they feel like they're being accused of being, you know, a Casanova, not someone who's actually, like, loving. Get me one for the Knight of Wands, please. Too little, too late, bad timing. False hope. Tries to sell your pipe dream, no substance, evasive. Needs to prove themselves, insecure, exhibitionist, show off. Dark side. Your dark side keeps you from enjoying the love you have. Don't let it steal your joy, tangled. Unable to free yourself from a sticky situation. Taking a step back helps you see clearly. There's more to this person than meets the eye. They've got a lot going on. They've got more people that they answer to than what you are aware of, okay? It's a complicated web of reporting to many different people, and it's all getting a bit too much. There may be people that they answer to that you aren't aware of, okay? The Devil reversed. Adrift. Not willing to settle down or be responsible. Time to commit and put down roots. So that's the issue, is that they can't commit. Okay, we've got adrift. So, you know, it's a question of, is this person going to settle down? Like, what are we doing? I feel like this is what was coming out last time. We've got the Star reversed, letting go of worries. The Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed, taking much needed rest. I think this is you, Libra. I think you've had a bit of a go at this person. I think, you know, money's tight at the moment, and, you know, despite things not being exactly how you want them, you're just going to let things go for now because it's the right thing to do. Alone. You feel like you are in this situation all by yourself, but it won't be like this forever. Childish. Someone has to be the adult in the room. Maybe the terms should be grow up or get out. So possibly these are the thoughts that you've been having about this person. Give me one for cuts both ways. Shadowed waters. Beware illusions that skim the surface, for true understanding lies in the deep. So you possibly need to find out more about this person and what their responsibilities are, how many people they actually have commitments to. Frozen heart. Empathy and warmth melt barriers for true connection. You need to, like, really make them feel like they're in a place where they can open up to you and be honest with you, because I get the feeling they've given you some half-truths because maybe that's more palatable than what the real situation is. Perhaps in reality it's not so, you know, simple a situation. It's more complex. They have responsibilities that you aren't aware of, or they'd played them down. Give me one for just another notch on the headboard or the real deal. Strength reversed. You know, it's like you're giving them an ultimatum, like, well, how much do I mean to you then? You know, you're going to show up for me. We've got icy goodbyes. Amidst unclear paths and frozen moments, the hardest choice is leaving for clarity. Spirit speaks. Seek wisdom in prayer, but also have an open dialogue. You need to communicate with one another. You need a proper conversation. Soul's compass. Let intuition guide your steps, illuminating the path meant for you. So if you get like a nagging feeling that something isn't right, go with it. Trust those gut instincts, okay? We can all choose to ignore certain signs and messages, but if you're getting them, it might be as best to, respond to those and tune into them at this moment. Dream world, living in a fantasy land, illusions, not real love. We've got that for the King of Cups reversed, so a coldness, a lack of empathy, crossing over, bridge the gap between your hearts with trust. So you may have accused this person of not caring enough. If they wanted to be here, they'd really be here. And they just feel stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I think there needs to be open dialogue. Knight of Wands, dark side, tangled, show off. Restraints test. Trapped in instability, resist impulsive urges to find steadier ground. The instant solution might be to just finish it, but maybe you need to explore really truthful, honest conversations first, and then work from a place of being informed, because if you just feel like you don't know the full story, or you feel like you're making assumptions about someone, you might just go, well, that's it, it's over, and everything's really absolute. But if you understand that maybe there's more going on and they were just afraid to tell you, or this is a tough patch and it's going to get better, or there's a way of working it out, they need to be more patient. The Devil reversed with adrift, not willing to settle down or be responsible, time to commit and put down roots. Reciprocal lines, navigate boundaries with grace, mastering the art of give and take in harmony. If this is an intelligent person, you've got the connection that you really believe you have, you should be able to talk about this and work it out. And if it gets to the point where you intellectualize things and then you realize like you're on different paths, then that is clarity in itself. We've got having a short temper due to a lack of funds, but letting it go to kind of, take a breather from arguments about these kind of things. We've got alone. You feel like you're in this situation all by yourself, but it won't be like this forever. Childish, someone has to be the adult in the room. Maybe the term should be grow up or get out. You feel like, you're just dealing with people that aren't on a level with you. Avoid burnout. Fiery passion is consuming. Sustain a lasting balance. So you can't keep up this level of anger and frustration, for long periods. It's going to do you health harm. Let's get messages from your person. So one for Frozen Heart. My life started when I met you. That's with empty, cuts both ways. Okay, so you do mean a lot to this person and they're probably going to speak to you about that. Soul's compass, let intuition guide your steps, illuminating a life path meant for you. Love is the answer. That was the challenge position. I never imagined so much perfection. So you may have initially viewed one another as like the perfect partner, but now you're starting to see one another's flaws. We've got dream world and crossing over, seek professional advice, bridge the gap between your hearts with trust. Is this real love or isn't it? You know, maybe it doesn't have to be a professional, as in a therapist or a counsellor, but it could just be people who are outside of this picture. What is the reason for you guys choosing one another? Is it a healthy connection? Is it something that's unlikely to succeed? Why might you have picked this person? What were your motives? What did you like about them? Okay, sorry, my phone ran out of battery. Yeah, I think you're wondering if this was the right person to gamble on. You know, what are their intentions? How much of their picture do you really know? Are they serious about you? Let's get one for reciprocal lines. Navigate boundaries with grace, mastering the art of give and take in harmony. So make sure that you're being fair. Flight plan. Sometimes things fall apart for better things to come together. Entangled. Establish and communicate your own boundaries. What are non-negotiables and what do you think you could ease up on? Temporal bonds. In the realm of flighty bonds, true connections waver but endure. So a hard time doesn't mean it's over. Love blocks. Dismantle hidden barriers to real intimacy and trust. What is it that's getting in the way of you two coming together rather than being annoyed at one another? Give me one for the Joker, please. It's all just a game to them, insincere, just having fun. Being burned, afraid to love again. Someone has to be the adult in the room. Maybe the term should be grow up or get out. Looming agenda. You have different ideas about love and intimacy. Clouded vision. Recognise and discuss red flags or areas of concern. Okay, so you might be on very different wavelengths and that all needs to be discussed. Let's get you... Oh, I know what we were in the middle of doing. It was getting messages, wasn't it? Dismantle hidden barriers to real intimacy and trust. I feel the same way. So do you feel the same as one another? That's what you need to find out. Clouded vision. Recognise and discuss red flags or areas of concern. I'm obsessed with your body. Like, is this passion based? Because, you know, if that's like the thing that they most have to offer you, are you really getting what you need from this situation? Or could you get, you know, better support elsewhere? Let's get you some advice from Spirit. Herbs. Nature's gifts are abundant. Utilise herbs for healing and magic. Okay, so you might be able to relax and open up and connect to spirit if you sage, use a smudge stick to sage your house or your apartment. You might want to burn Palo Santo to bring in abundance. You might want to ask Archangel Michael for protection from harm. Open up the windows once you've burnt the sage. Open up the windows to let the negative energy flow out. Okay, don't want to trap it in. Transformation. Transformation is brewing. Embrace change and harness its magic. So this is either going to make you or break you. Okay, so whichever direction you end up going in, change needs to happen because your needs are not being met right now. Okay. Right, I hope this resonated, Libra. And if it doesn't, please watch your other placements, signs that you cusp with, your moon sign, cross-watch the sign of your person. If it did resonate, please give it a like, a share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel. We're up to 68 subscribers on YouTube, and I think we're on about 223 or 224 followers for TikTok, so we're doing really well. And yeah, I hope that you can be calm and kind of talk this out and think about whether this is giving you everything that you need or if there's some missing gaps. All right, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.